What's going on, Aurora Alliance? Welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront video. In today's video we're going to be talking a little bit about Rogue One content and whether or not that will return in Battlefront 2 through a DLC season. Before we get fully into this video, let me know down in the comment section below if you want to see Rogue One content return in Battlefront 2 and what maps you would like to see, what heroes you would like to see, etc, etc. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance, be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content, and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But now on to the topic of Rogue One and whether that content will be back in Battlefront 2. Rogue One content was kind of confirmed a while back, and I remember Narwhal Dave actually talking about that in a video and saying that it would return in some way, shape or form. But so far there has been no sign at all of Rogue One content returning apart from Death Troopers as reinforcements, which will be available to purchase with battle points in game modes where you play as the original trilogy troopers, the Rebel Alliance and the Empire, and the U-Wing vehicle, which have appeared in some of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailers, but we don't know whether or not that will be a reinforcement in the multiplayer section of the game. I hope it returns. It was really quite cool to use in EA and Dice's Battlefront 1, but I kinda want full control of it as well, so I guess we'll see what will happen with the U-Wing in the game. We do not know how either of those two things will work in Battlefront 2, as we have not seen any gameplay of them or any breakdown of their abilities, but I do suspect that Death Troopers will come equipped with a Sonic Imploder and a Smart Rocket, but I could be wrong about that. I do know the Sonic Imploder is confirmed for Death Troopers thanks to the EA Star Wars website, but the Smart Rocket I'm not sure. I don't think they'll have that with the Death Trooper, considering Jump Troopers for the Empire will more than likely be equipped with a Smart Rocket, so I guess we'll wait and see. And I imagine, like I said before, that U-Wings will be some form of reinforcement for the original trilogy era, or only a part of the campaign, but we'll have to wait and see about that as well. We do not know anything about them in Battlefront 2. Rogue One content in Battlefront 1 was a very big hit with the fans, and people loved to play as the new heroes Jyn Erso and director Orson Krennic, especially since it linked in with the newly released Star Wars movie at that time. I really would love to see Jyn Erso and director Krennic return in Battlefront 2, as I feel like those heroes came into Battlefront 1 a bit too late, if I'm honest, as by the time the Rogue One DLC was released, most of the player base had vanished as they got bored of the game into other popular titles at that time. I also think Jyn Erso and director Krennic as characters in the Star Wars universe are really cool, so yes, I would love to see them return in Battlefront 2. But when we did get those heroes in Battlefront 1, they were great to play as. They had completely new playstyles that we hadn't actually seen before, especially with Krennic having a revolver type weapon which actually needed to be reloaded, and a droid which came with a shield and dioxis gas, which made it quite unique. None of the other heroes actually had a droid ability, so it was really cool. And Jyn Erso having a primary weapon which could transform into other weapons for different gameplay situations was really amazing. I loved the A180. I thought it was a great weapon, and DICE did a really good job with it. It was really fun to play as even if you weren't playing as Jyn, and you just used it with your regular troopers. A lot of people do want to see other heroes from Rogue One like Captain Cassian Andor come into Battlefront 2, as well as Baze and Chirrut, who were really popular characters from the Rogue One movie. But my only issue with this is that we don't really have any new villains from the Rogue One movie other than director Orson Krennic that could come into Battlefront 2 with Cassian Andor, Baze and Chirrut. But my issue is that we don't really have any other villains from Rogue One that could come into Battlefront 2 with Cassian, Baze and Chirrut as heroes, but hopefully DICE will come up with something to keep every player happy with every single DLC season that they make. Saying all this though, I do think that a Rogue One DLC season will happen for Battlefront 2, however I don't want an exact replica of the first Rogue One DLC from Battlefront 1. I would prefer to see other planets for maps such as Jedha, which would make for a great strike mode map, where we have to find a secret message or retrieve a datapad which contains Galen Erso's message about the first Death Star on it as their objective. As it would link in with the movie, it would feel really authentic, and honestly I just love to play on Jedha. I feel like it's a cool planet which should have been explored more in Battlefront 1, but instead we just got Scarif. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Scarif return as well, but maybe not as a multi-stage game mode. Infiltration was a great mode, but I feel like multi-stage game modes in Battlefront 2 probably won't happen, as game modes and maps are following more of a storyline which is kind of multi-stage, but at the same time it's more just one map and a story compared to multiple maps which lead on from one another. So maybe we could see Phase 1 of Infiltration be turned into a Starfighter Assault map or mode, while the surface of Scarif is turned into a Galactic Assault map or even some form of strike map. I feel like this would be more fulfilling for fans of the Rogue One movie, as they would get a piece of it for every mode in Battlefront 2, and there would be a variety in the maps. There wouldn't just be sort of a few maps put into one game mode and there you go with a couple of heroes. There would be a couple of maps to suit the game modes and the story theme that EA and DICE are going for with the maps. We'd also get a lot of cool new heroes if they brought in heroes like Cassian, Bazin, Sharut as well as Jyn Erso and director Orson Krennic, but they would have to come up with the villains. And I would love to see more weapons from Rogue One, because there was so many new weapons and so many new creatures and new things in Rogue One that we'd never seen before, which would make great items in Star Wars Battlefront 2 for us to unlock. Let me know down in the comment section below if you would like to see Rogue One content return in Battlefront 2, and if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on it. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance, be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content, and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But other than that, may the Force be with you.